Okay. Woo! It's Thursday afternoon, January 31st, 2019. This is Johanna. I've been having some very interesting experiences that I need to share and figure out how to integrate and move forward with. So, 2 nights ago, I took a walk in the neighborhood here in TRC, and I stopped at the Tibetan Spirit Center and laid on the bench by the stupa for a little bit, and then I walked up Pershing, and there's a little wild area. I just felt drawn, so I went and knelt on the ground and touched my hands and took off my gloves and touched my hands and my forehead and to the earth and kissed the earth. And I don't remember what was communicated, but after a while I got up and finished my loop around back to the house up by the golf course and said hi to some of my tree friends there and came back home. And so the next day I was at the new Changeant space that me and my crew are just a few days into staffing this space and starting some new things, rearranging things, transitioning what the Changeant space that was there into some new directions, and also continuing what has been happening there. Anyway, there have been a lot of seemingly magical, beautiful, synchronistic occurrences, which I'll relate all of them right now. But yesterday I met a woman named Pilar from Taos. And she came in, as many women have been coming into this space, and felt right at home and said, oh, here it is. Here's this place I've been looking for and these people to relate with. And she's a very activated woman she's an elder. And she's had some very profound experiences and epiphanies that she shares. And I want to relate all of them to you because they're so beautiful. But this story right now that I'm sharing basically, Pilar is a minimalist, and what she speaks about in her activation centers around addressing our human decadence and its roots in homo-sapienism, which a lot of us call human centricity. Like that everything's about us, and we know what a tree is. We named it. We know exactly what it is, and we really don't. So Pilar owns one set of clothes and walks everywhere, and she just says to people, I am the local news, and I sweat. Please don't build another house here. So she speaks for the earth. She said, well, if we stopped having children, if the women just all closed their legs, we could be out of here in 100 years and let the earth be. This isn't a new idea to me, but it's very intense, profound, shocking. Even though this idea isn't new to me, I've scaled my life down so much for various reasons. And my life is still incredibly decadent. And my sense of self-importance and human importance. So that was a wonderful gift to receive in the 2 hours we spent in circle together with other women pulsing in and out. I received so many things and shared a few. And of course, I want to relate them all to you, but we'll come back to more of that. But long story short, I came home last night after this beautiful and intense council with Pilar. I was sitting out on the front porch with my friend, and the earth spoke to me, and she said, I need you to speak for me. And I, of course, had just been given all of this ammunition for my soapbox from Pilar. Just a deepening of this path that I'm already on and a refocusing that I'm not sure I even asked for directly, but was so much what I need to continue walking this path and to really live in the potency of it, that it may have a positive impact on life in this planet. So it's not the first time I've received messages from spirit or unseen entities. I can tell the difference. I did not make it up. So I was like, okay, it's so immediate, it's so urgent. Reminds me of my friend's dream about how the spirits of the land will not be okay while there are dams damming the rivers. And this urgency is constant. The land feels, the earth, the living earth feels the pressure of that. So I've been sitting here. I'm having a lot of physical sensations that are intense and uncomfortable. I have been for a few days. I haven't had a physical episode like this in quite a while. So I tried to push through it. I really have to be with it. So we will not be silent. To speak to the humans as a human, I might be speaking on behalf of the earth. I also speak with my own voice. And most of what humans are doing could just stop. It could just completely stop. And as many of the wise women elders have been saying more and more, I'm hearing, what we ought to do is stop everything and go out into the streets and hold hands. Abandon solutionism. Abandon our self-importance. Abandon helping everything. One of Pilar's main points in her stump speech, in her presentation, is that human beings fill no necessary ecological function in any ecosystem. If there is a reason we are here, it is not that. The earth did not need taming. We have not improved anything as far as the earth is concerned by our being here. It was already given to us. So I guess I'm offering invitations for anybody who's ready to stop all of that stuff. Scale down our decadence 25%. The house has been on fire for a long time. How about 50%? How about 90% of the fossil fuel use and navel gazing. I feel so much, and there's so much to say, that I'm going to pause now, because I am here to try to help change the game. I think the other really significant piece that we really, really need to recognize as people of heart, as beings with some humanity, or with some humility,